OMG, WTF, BBQ, and whatever other acronyms I can think of. Someone call 911 because this episode of Dynasty was fire. Literally. We are talking Dynasty Season 2, Episode 15, Motherly Overprotectiveness. The Afterbuzz Aftershow starts right now.
You're tuned in to Afterbuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What a great intro.
Wait, what a great show.
Yeah, what a great show.
What a great show. This episode, okay, listen, guys, 7 more episodes left until this amazing second season of Dynasty is over. We are now in episode 15. Mm-hmm. And wow. This episode was wow. This is like a new show.
I know. I thought last episode was insane. This just takes it another level.
It definitely does. And the introduction of Adam into the Carrington household is taking it above and beyond. We are talking episode 15, Motherly Overprotectiveness. Today we will be discussing all things Adam and all things crazy, and of course that crazy ending. Alexis gets burnt. Blake has open arms while Fallon comes clean. Cole Hain is back in business. We have some tidbits. We're going to play the game Wear Me Out, of course, which we discuss, and choose our favorite outfit from the episode. Some Alexis news and gossip. Mm-hmm. And if even possible, we are going to have some predictions all for you right here. I am Tehran. I will be your host. I am joined alongside the wonderful, intelligent, amazing Maddie Pocks.
I'm Maddie Pocks. I'm so happy to be back. This episode was crazy. I can't wait to talk about this.
What was your overall thoughts on this episode?
Mikey, or however we can say, he is crazy, and I don't trust him. Obviously, we see at the end what happened, but he's just, I don't know, he has those like evil eyes, and he's
You said at the end, it's not him putting Steven in an insane asylum. And then
no, I know. Okay,
that wasn't enough.
Well, now he needs to be in the insane asylum.
Does he?
Yes.
Does he? Or is he the most sane Carrington of them all?
No, he's crazy.
Is he the epitome of a Carrington? What has he done that a Carrington has not done? Murder? We just saw a Carrington commit murder last episode. Mm-hmm. Mischievousness? Mm-hmm. That's Fallon's MO. Having a hidden agenda? That's the Carrington way of life. Mm-hmm. Lying, cheating, stealing to get his way? I mean, what has he done that is, in fact, if nothing else, I didn't even need a DNA test to prove to me that he's a Carrington. Adam's actions are the most Carrington of them all. And he says so when he speaks to Fallon. He's like, I think maybe we're way more alike than you realize.
Yeah, but but they're not incestuous, I don't think. And he kissed Fallon. So
on the lips.
Yeah,
on the lips.
So
maybe we're the kind of family that kisses on the lips.
Yeah, she's
maybe
like,
we're the kind of family.
Not.
Have you ever kissed a family member on the lips?
No. Have you? Well, maybe when you're like really, really young, like, just, if you're like, I don't know.
No, not any family members, but a couple priests from a church. No, I'm kidding. So listen, what? Too soon?
Too far.
So listen, this is what we're going to talk. Let's get into the basis of Adam, all things Adam. Realistically, this show is now becoming so suspenseful because there is a wild card that has been introduced, which is Adam Carrington. Mm-hmm. Oh, and are we agreeing that this is Adam at this point?
I think it is. Because if they just keep bringing in all these characters supposed to be Adam, it's just so ridiculous.
Because this isn't the first Adam we've been introduced to us. The last Adam was a fake, someone who had been perpetrated his way into the family. But this Adam comes in with a different MO. This is an Adam that finds out, and we get a little bit of the backstory. The backstory is Adam was kidnapped as a child. Mm-hmm. Adam is kidnapped away from the family, and the kidnappers send a single finger, which was reportedly to be Adam's, to show that they have him. And then we see this flashback of, Mike growing up in a family, working hard, having a mom who's sick, taking care of the sick mom, and the sick mom giving the secret and being like, you are actually Adam Carrington, and my boyfriend kidnapped you, and I took you away from him because he was going to kill you. And
Which didn't go over so well with him,
It did not.
considering he got violent and crazy towards his not real mom. But I mean, anyone would be mad, but he took it to the next level, obviously.
Of course he took it to the next level because he murdered her.
Yeah, he killed her,
He
which
dosed
is-
her.
yeah.
He created so that she overdosed. And we also see that he went to med school and then became a veterinarian just to provide drugs for his mom.
Yeah, which is great. I wish I was that smart. But
It's very intelligent, but it's also very psychopath
yeah,
to have such a specifically targeted agenda and go about it in almost the most evil way possible.
yeah. Well, he carries that out through everything in his life, it seems.
He does.
So he always has an agenda.
He does. And of course, he's very aware of Steven and Steven's whereabouts because he's the one who put him there by creating this imaginary figment of his imagination, of Steven's imagination, which actually did end up being a real person.
Yeah.
So even us as the audience, we believed that there was this imaginary friend and maybe his friend wasn't real. And then we see, no, it's Adam carrying out a plan in order to get himself back into the Carrington household.
Well, I'm just curious, what's going to happen when Adam and Steven meet? And then is Steven just going to go crazy again and be like, see, that's the person I was imagining or whatever? And then everyone's going to throw him back in the
Exactly.
mental
It'd be like,
institute.
Steven, this couldn't have been the person. You
Yeah.
know, of course. Because
feel so bad for
Adam's
him.
doing it in such a way, it's such a maniacal way. He's basically breaking down each and every person individually. First, he gets in and we see him realize how resistant Fallon is. And so he speaks with Fallon differently than he does Blake, than he does Cristal, than
Yeah.
he does Sammy,
He's
than he does
smart.
Anders. He's very aware. He's hyper aware.
Well, he should be, considering he's like watched the family for so long before he ever interacted with them.
I mean, he only watched them for about a year, though. Before that, he had no idea who they were as far as family went. Sure, there was an understanding of a Carrington dynasty that existed simply because Carringtons are a huge name, especially in Atlanta, but he had no idea that he was part of this family. He believed he was the son of Mike, the old lady. He believed that. I forget his last name. What's his, Mike Huntington something?
Harrison. Dr. Harrison.
Exactly. So he goes to med school in order to cure his mom, but really goes in order to be able to prescribe narcotics for her because she's addicted.
Yeah.
And then
He probably took some himself.
he dosed her. Actually, I don't think so. I think that this is the kind of person who's so controlled and does not like to be out of control. He's probably never been drunk. He's just always in control. He's always hyper aware.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just too crazy. I can't imagine someone being like he is and not having prescription pills or something like that.
I mean, he reminds me
don't
of
know.
Anthony Hopkins from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
It's just, and every time he does something, it just, that dread of, oh my, what's he about to do right now?
Yeah.
Well, literally, what's he about to do? Every time he makes a move, we question his intention no matter what it is. He could be going to the bathroom and like, ooh, is he gonna, what's he about to
he
do?
just has like no remorse, I think. So he just does whatever, and then he has this evil look. Like he has those piercing blue eyes, and
Yeah.
he just looks evil.
I've always thought people with blue eyes
Yeah, like me. You never know
and
what I'm
white skin
thinking.
are just evil. I've always seen that. Now, and
it's
now I have
sketchy.
proof.
It's sketchy,
It's just
yeah.
a sketchy thing. You know, let's look into Adam's backstory. Did you think he's even capable of love? Like, did he exhibited love towards his what he thought was his mother, but it's not. Do you think he's actually capable of being in love?
I think he is. Up until he found out that his whole life was a lie. That's why he got so angry and just lost it. So that's why he's doing all these things, I guess. And he has experience with lying and kind of manipulating a situation, like what he did with getting his mom the painkillers and whatever. So he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it to this family, and I don't care about my mom. Hence how he killed her.
Do you think he was a psychopath before being told the story, or was that the tipping point?
maybe not like a psychopath, but a good pathological liar, considering his whole like career was sort of a lie, so he could get.
I mean, it's sort of a lie, but he still was a doctor. He was still a resident.
Yeah.
That's not an easy task, and
But
you
he's
can't
smart.
lie your way in.
He's
Definitely
smart.
extremely intelligent.
Mm-hmm. I can't even tell what he's gonna do next. So I do think he is a little bit of a psycho.
And as far as his mission to know his family, wouldn't you want to know your family if you found out that you were kidnapped away from them?
Yeah, I don't know if I would show up on their property and like watch them like he did and then pretend like kind of blackmail them. I would just kind of maybe show up.
How did he blackmail them?
Well, he with the Steven thing, and he kind of not blackmailing, but with the Steven thing, he puts him into a mental institute where he could have just went up to him and just said, "Hey, I think I'm your brother. Like, let's."
Yeah, but at the same time, he feels like Steven's not his real son, like his real brother.
Yeah.
And Steven's lived the life that he didn't get the chance to live.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not condoning his actions. I'm simply understanding him as a character.
Mm-hmm. Well, he could have went about it in a better way, and he didn't have to do that to
Sure, he didn't have to murder Alexis.
Yeah.
You're correct. However,
so that makes he could just go to the family, and I know they probably wouldn't have believed him considering everything they've been through, but at least said, "Hey, I'll do a DNA test. I know I'm your son." Blah blah blah.
And he did do that. He was
yeah,
like, and that's when I was like, he's definitely Adam. He was so unafraid of the DNA test.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe when he went into the medical room that he was trying to manipulate the DNA somehow.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his purpose at all. In fact, he was setting up for what we saw at the end of the episode as he was getting information, realizing why the original fraudulent Adam was even able to defraud the family and fool them is because of that fake DNA test. And the person who was responsible for that fake DNA test was Alexis.
Yes.
And that was a very interesting situation. What was also interesting is how open Blake was to this was Adam. He had no qualms.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
He's just sick of everything, He wants to just be normal and have a family, and he's sick of the drama, I think. But they keep just welcoming these people into their lives. And yeah, Blake, it was really weird how he said, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I feel like it's my son."
Yeah,
I have this
Blake's
gut
usually
feeling.
the paranoid one, and yet he was the first one to openly accept Adam. And I think it has to do with the loss of his of Cristal's baby.
Yeah.
He felt like he lost a child, and here's a replacement, a replenishment of that seed. So he just gravitated towards Adam very quickly.
Yeah, he's
while
very
everyone else
vulnerable
was
right
not.
now.
Yeah, Fallon was definitely not on the Adam train at all, and still isn't.
Well, it's good because I would be sick of it too if people kept coming up to me and saying, "I'm your brother."
But now he has DNA evidence. Would you still keep him away or feel? Because Fallon continued to feel the same way until the end, when once again Adam manipulated the situation by basically coming out with the truth and giving it such a heartfelt twist with the reason why he got fired as a doctor and lost his job as a vet.
Considering the whole show and what they've been through and everyone lying, I don't know if I would believe that. I would just, if I were her, I'd be like, okay, well, can you show proof that your mom passed away or something, instead of obviously what happened with him killing her. But no one can really prove that too, because he drugged her up and she was already on those drugs on her own, right?
Yeah,
So
it just
he
looked
was
like
smart.
it was
He
a
was
hot
smart.
dose.
Yeah, he was smart.
Giving her a hot dose. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it was just very conniving and maniacal. It was crazy, and it reminds me a little bit of Steph Sabra in the booth. Steph, do we have the chat going live? Steph is in the booth. Our own conniving, maniacal sociopath is just making it happen for us. Okay, Steph. But that's
I'm here, Tehran.
I appreciate having you. We just want to know if the chat's
Frank Narf in the chat. I think Steven was written off the show.
Steven seems to be written off the show,
Oh,
at least for now.
Yes.
But there has to be we have to tie that loose end, because we didn't get Steven, and then we got a plug of him and there has to be a Steven that comes in to play later. It has to happen.
Yeah, I don't think they can write him off just saying, oh, he's in the mental hospital for the rest of his life.
And no one cares because even in this episode, we see Blake insisting that they go to Paraguay, which is why Fallon even had to come clean in the first place. So anything else going on in that chat, Steph?
Yeah, Frank Narf's back at it again. Did Alexis die or does she have a new face? Recast?
That's actually a part of our news and gossip, and we cannot wait to talk about that. But before we even move on to the next subject, because Alexis does get burned, I do want to talk to each and every one of you, especially in the chat and at home, everyone listening in, thanking you all for helping make us here at AfterBuzz the ESPN of TV talk. We do have a variety of different programs and different stations from all your favorite shows to all your favorite soap operas right here. But we do need your help. What we ask you to do is to tell your friends, share, subscribe, and give us a 5-star rating if you're listening to on iTunes. If we haven't earned it yet, I promise you we will by the end of the episode. We enjoy each and every one of you, and the panel isn't just us, it's all of you at home. So thank you again for making us AfterBuzz the greatest after show network on the planet.
Yeah, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And the live chat is awesome.
Yeah, the live chat it always has like really good ideas. And we do try to get back and comment and respond to everything. And we encourage you all at home to play the games that we play, which this episode we're going to be playing Wear Me Out, which is basically discuss and choose a favorite outfit from the show and let us know why. Let's talk about the burning. So at the end, Adam goes to Alexis, who we haven't seen the interaction between Adam and Alexis at all. We haven't seen it. Adam's searching for this mother figure. We just saw him lose his last mother. We, of course, know that he killed her. But now Alexis has been very distant. And I think it's because Alexis had more to do with his kidnapping than we knew before.
And she... You know, she had that guy Hank.
She had Hank.
And so obviously now Adam knows about that and is like, why would my own mother do that? And he knows he can get to her. So he initially goes and sees her. She doesn't want to see him at all, and she shuts the door and she's crying. And then he comes back and he's like, I just wanted to bring you tea. And he's like acting all weird. And then
he's acting very Adam.
Yeah, very strange and sketchy, and it sucks for her that there was a fire burning because obviously...
Well, it wasn't just a fire burning. She was already burning papers.
Yeah, so...
She was burning evidence of other things and getting rid of his file. And he walks in on that, and he has the proof that she's the one who set up the whole Hank Adam debacle from season 1.
Right.
So here he is, and he offers it to her like an olive branch, like, here, let's make peace. I forgive you.
Yes.
And she takes it and she throws it in the fire, and then he shoves her in the fire and holds her down and burns her.
Wouldn't someone hear that screaming?
I mean, being burned alive is possibly the worst thing possible.
Apparently the most painful.
Crazy. Of course. That's just gotta be. It was just horrible. He just shoves her in there. And you know, of course, we're left with the hanging question, the cliffhanger of, is she dead? Is she alive? What's going on? It's not like he's above murder. He's clearly murdered a mother before, so he has no problems doing it. Man, this guy goes to no ends.
Yeah. My question is, someone's going to find her all burnt, like her whole face and everything. So is he just going to put her somewhere and hope that someone doesn't find her burnt? Like, I hope she's not dead. But I'm almost thinking, like Frank said in the chat, she might just have a new face.
I'm under the understanding she has a new face. Like I said, we're going to get into the news and gossip. But as far as Alexis's character, what I want to make sure everyone knows, it's not like she's an innocent either. She probably had someone killed last episode. Yeah. She also seemed to have killed someone the episode before. And now, is this retribution for her action? Is this karma?
Is this karma? Karma is a leap. You know the saying.
No, I don't. Karma is
a bish. I'll say. I can't say it. You don't know what I'm trying to say?
No, karma's a bish?
Oh,
like a bishop?
No.
Oh.
No, like karma's a bitch.
Exactly. And that's the best part of it all.
I didn't want to say it on the show.
You had to say it. They had to understand, because if anything is karma worthy, it is the B word that is Alexis.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
here it is. Here it is. Like, this is a person who deserves karma. And unfortunately, this is a horrible way to go. This is I don't know if this is karma that's fair. This is just horrific. But like I said, it's not like she hasn't done anything. Why do you think Fallon's so distant from Adam? Fallon is who's
sick
so
of
caring of
everything.
Steven.
She's so sick of having these people coming out of her life. Like, first she had Sam, who we love now and whatnot, and Cristal, and then she has another Cristal, and then she has two
Kirby.
Adams. Yeah, Kirby. I would be sick of it too.
Well, we didn't see Kirby this episode. I'm
Yeah.
wondering what Adam and Kirby's interaction is going to be. I feel like Kirby will figure it out very
Yeah,
quickly.
because she tends to be good at that.
Yeah,
so
she's
that'll be good.
like the idiot savant, you know? It's like, oh, I don't know, but I do know everything. Like, it's all within one. Fallon was very wary of Adam, and that kiss was kind of weird, right?
That was so weird. So he kisses her on the lips, and then he goes, that's not what your family does, or that's not what kind of family you guys are. And I was like, what family is like that? If you're two grown adults.
But it's not the only sibling he's kissed. He's also made out with Steven. They've done some stuff,
Yeah.
you know, off the ayahuasca, so.
Well, he didn't know he was
Allegedly.
his brother.
Adam did. Adam knew.
Well, I know.
So
But
Adam was very aware. So here's a person who has no bounds, no limits, no borders or boundaries to his supposed evil. I mean, this guy, Dynasty's always been a very good show to me. I've always enjoyed it. It's always been fun. I've always liked the interaction, and you have Culhane and this and that and all these guys. This has made it 10 times better for me.
oh yeah,
Man,
This is crazy
this
now.
Adam twist, this character is so raw, so unharnessed, just so unrefined. There's anything and everything can happen now within reason, and it would make sense.
yeah.
I mean, and when you say I don't trust him, you said you don't trust him. That is an understatement of who this character is. This is the character that can set everyone, who can destroy everyone, can push everyone's buttons. He's brilliant and he's dangerous.
He should have just walked off with that check that Fallon wrote out for
$15
him.
million.
15 million. She kept going up. I was like, what?
But he doesn't
Take
want
it.
he even says, I'm not here for the money.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely his goal. His goal is to destroy this family in a way. Or at least it seems to
I'm
me.
scared to see what happens next.
Yeah.
If he's in the picture, that's for sure.
Well, you know, when it comes to like destroying the family, Culhane and Cristal almost destroyed the soccer team. The soccer team was about to fall apart. They didn't have land.
Yeah.
They didn't have land, and Cristal takes care of it. What do you think about that interaction between Culhane and?
I think has some stuff up her sleeve, like that she's not saying to anyone. Like, she has experience with all this stuff, with business deals, and who was that guy that she met up with?
Like
in the end?
Beto? Beto was like her brother. It's
Okay,
like a brother
so-
or a cousin, because it's part of her family who's like apparently this like mafioso family.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he hands her plane tickets. Was that?
He handed her plane tickets because her father was the one
Right,
who
her
set it
father.
up
Yeah.
with the dummy corporation, the Defior Corporation, which purchased the land
Right.
from
Colby.
Colby.
Yeah.
So purchased the land from Colby, and Colby wanted to sell. It was like, I'm not going to sell it to you, Carrington, even though you offered me whatever. I sold it for half price to this other corporation that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Because he had this plan, a noble plan, where he wanted to set up this community center and do all this stuff, and then they set it up, and Cristal had her family kind of blackmail the board so that it didn't pass.
Oh yeah.
And then Colby showed kind of his true colors of like angst at the meeting.
Yeah.
Saw Culhane get up and leave, and that's all Culhane had to do to make him push him to go and sell it to another company quick, and
Yeah.
it was a company that was set up. And then of course Beto handed over all the rights, property and reserved, over to Cristal. Cristal solved the problem.
She's smart.
She
She's
is
smarter.
smarter than we gave her credit for. She
underestimated
is
her.
definitely also diabolical.
Yeah. I didn't think she was capable of that, but she's smart.
You know, Culhane tried to speak to Colby. and Colby didn't take it. How do you think their relationship is panning out?
I think there's just a little bit of bad blood, a tiny bit with them.
A tiny bit? Sheesh,
Well,
that's another understatement.
It's been some time since things happened, but maybe eventually they'll be civil. But he was kind of wrong to go straight to him and try and, get something from him. He should have just let Cristal do everything.
Well, no, because he tried to use his connection. He knows Colby. Yeah. They do have a past. He was trying to get beyond it. He also came to him with a sponsorship. He also brought gifts. It was actually a pretty fair exchange. And if Colby didn't have a hatchet to bury with Cohane, he probably would have and should have took him up on that offer. Because now, not only did he get none of that, he also only got half of what it was worth to begin with.
Yeah, he should have, I don't know. Colby's still mad, obviously.
Colby, I mean, he says he's not mad. He says that
he is, though,
like he's over it and that he's just trying to build a positive future. And it does seem that way, but at the same time, he is clearly holding grudges.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's going to take some time.
And Cohane, and what I liked is when Cristal explained it to Cohane, it was like, you're in charge of player relations. If we don't have a team, there are no players to relate to.
Right.
So this is also a thing you need to realize. And what's also interesting is that Colby is a part owner. Let's not forget he's a part owner of this team. So he should have had some more interest in helping them out too, but he just he despises them so much.
Yeah.
And I don't even truly know why. Because I honestly feel that Carrington name has been such a, sure, it's a bit of a burden, but it's been such a gift to him.
He's lucky. Yeah. He wouldn't be anywhere where he is now without that name.
I wish I woke up one day and found out that Blake Carrington was my dad, No offense, Dad, I love you, but what are you going to give me? Another hug? Huh? How about a Bentley? How about let's try to buy my love for once, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is there anything that we haven't touched on? Because this episode was extremely Adam-centric. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up that we haven't touched on?
Okay, we did the kiss, meets up with that guy in the car with Cristal. I think you've covered most of it. This has been mainly focused on Mike, who's crazy.
Adam. That's his real
Mikey
name.
/ Adam.
Adam.
Okay.
Adam Carrington. He deserves that. He deserves to be called Adam.
I mean, the beginning of the episode, Blake was drinking a lot and sleeping in. I think now that he has Adam coming in claiming to be his actual son. Now
he slept really well.
Yeah. So he's getting a little bit happier. But now that Alexis is no longer with us, or, she'll be in the hospital because she's burnt, obviously. Things are going to get stressful again, maybe for him.
It's a lot stressful. We'll see what happens, but I don't know how that's going to pan out. But that's what we're leaving up for predictions. Let's play our game, Wear Me Out, which we discuss and choose a favorite outfit from the episode. Maddie, Pocks.
Okay, I loved Fallon's red business suit that she was wearing.
Fire.
Yes, it was so.
Sorry, too soon.
It was very sexy, but it's very like business-like. Red, and there was the white and the gold belt. That was during the confrontation in their dining room with Mikey, and they're like, we know that you're a vet and then you're a doctor or whatever. Oh,
a quick tidbit we do have to talk about, because when you brought that up, I realized, is that Fallon came clean about Steven to Blake.
Right,
and
yes.
And they've been hiding it with Sammy, and Sammy had a hard time, and finally came clean and told him that he's in Paris and he's in an insane asylum and didn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
And it all came out because we were finding out about Adam's past, which Fallon went to investigate. So thank you for reminding me. That's a great way. I mean, it was just such a strong episode. My favorite outfit is going to be dun dun dun. Blake wearing a bathrobe.
Yeah.
The bathrobe in the bedroom.
You guys are matching.
I know. His was so much nicer. It was like a nice silk bathrobe, gold trim, black. It was great. It was so posh.
Yours looks comfier, though.
It is extremely comfy.
Yeah, his is like, silk is comfy, but yours is warm.
Mine, exactly. His felt good on the body. Mine felt good in life. So that's what we're going on with Wear Me Out. We'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite outfit of the episode? Comment below, especially all you fashionistas and divas that we have. We'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Now, let's get into some news and gossip, if we may.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Going over some news and gossip, we have some great stuff to talk about. Nicollette Sheridan, who plays Alexis. Dynasty had to write her out because don't worry, she wasn't forced out of the show. We all love her. She unfortunately has been going through some family issues. She recently went through a divorce, as Maddie explained to me. Also, she's dealing with a sick mother of her own. So we're talking about true motherly overprotectiveness on her own. She was burned in this episode, but they are in the process of casting a new Alexis. And I wonder who they will pick. CW has yet to announce who it will be. We do think that Arrow's Susanna Thompson would do a great job. If you remember, she played the mother of Oliver and Thea Queen on a CW show, and it was really cool. I don't know who they're going to choose, but man, that's going to be one heck of a casting.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. Hopefully they're as good as her, because she was excellent. She was perfect.
She was so amazing, and it's just unfortunate. Nicollette, we hate to see you leave. We hate to see you leave.
Sad. I loved her.
Yeah, she was great. She was such a wonderful actress, and somehow the strong, one of the very strongest antagonists of the show. She was the spearhead for a lot of the drama that we definitely found to be wonderful. So Nicollette, you will be missed. We wish the best and a speedy recovery for your mother and your family, and honestly, it'd be great if she came back somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know who they're gonna cast. But let's leave that up. Let's go to some predictions.
And now your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I am so looking forward to next episode, because I want to know how it pans out with how he will get Adam, sorry.
He's earned it.
Will get away with burning of Alexis. So is she going to be left there dead or something? Or she's rushed to the hospital, has to get a new face? I'm sure we won't see someone else come in the next episode. It'll be a while.
It'll be a little while.
Yeah, because she needs to recover.
Maybe a season finale. We do have only 7 episodes left.
Yeah, I see the family maybe going to Paris to see Steven, and Adam going with, but I don't know how well that, how good of an idea that will be, obviously, considering Steven will be like, that's him, and, he'll think he's seeing things again. I think it's a Paris trip next episode.
Wow.
Maybe.
If I've learned anything about sociopaths and psychopaths from watching Netflix specials and documentaries on R. Kelly, I believe that Adam is going to try to alienate each family member away from one another. So he wants Blake. So he's going to slowly get rid of Fallon, Cristal, Anders, and Sammy, and anyone else who might have Blake's ear. And he's going to try to keep Blake for himself. Clearly, he's a person who has mommy issues. He also super has daddy issues. And this is the last murder he has attempted and or will be committing in the near future. This is a guy who has no limits and no bounds when it comes to what he wants. And what he wants is to be the rightful heir to the Carrington everything.
Yeah.
I don't think money matters to him as much as legacy.
Yeah.
And he will literally kill for it. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Adam.
He definitely wants his name on that inheritance.
It's not just the inheritance. It's not the money.
And to be the favorite son.
It's the favorite son. He wants to be the prodigal son. He wants to be the most loved. He wants to be loved in a way he didn't ever feel. He wants to be truly a Carrington.
Right.
And the only way to do so is to get rid of all of the rest.
He's smart.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited.
What's even crazier is how well I understand him. And who am I? I am Tehran. I've been your host, literally at I am Tehran, all across the board. Please make sure to find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm joined with...
I'm Maddie Pocks. You can find me on Instagram at Maddie Pocks. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week.
We will see you next week. Same Dynasty time, same Dynasty channel. Who knows what's going to happen? Bye, guys.
Bye.
Till next week.
Thank you.
Don't get burned. Only you can prevent a forest fire.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.